Hello and welcome to Sports This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
I am Taya Salam. Many thanks for joining us again.
All right, this morning we're starting with Nigeria Professional Football League. We recorded 2 away wins at the weekend. Rivers United started that in Abia, and of course, that's where United went to Heartland and they got 2-1 win over the home side.
Fantastic results for Rivers United. Fantastic preparations for their CAF Confederation Cup return leg match against Bloemfontein Celtic of South Africa. Also, fantastic win as well for Nassau United going to Owerri to get all 3 points.
Check the league table right now.
It's too early for league tables now, Cecilia. Let's move on from the NPFL. Let's go to the EPL, where City went to Stamford Bridge yesterday and absolutely blitzed Chelsea in the first half, 3-0, and Chelsea scored a consolation in the second half, but the result was never in doubt for Pep Guardiola and the citizens.
How clinical can they be at the bridge? Also in the program where Steph Curry is really back for good. I mean, 62 points he exploded on the night, a career high for him against the Portland Trail Blazers, and that game ended 137 and 122. They won by 15 points. Golden State Warriors are getting too hot right now.
Curry too hot. I mean, look at that. When you're so hot, they have to pour water on your head just to cool it down.
Come on, it's just beginning of the season.
I am very, very
excited
happy,
for him.
Very chuffed for Steph Curry. Just a couple of days ago, it was being slandered on social media. He had to come up with a statement and let everyone know that this is who I am. I mean, check out my credentials. You guys shouldn't be saying all those things about me.
2-time MVP and all that.
Exactly,
I mean, what
3-time NBA champion. Anyways, you know how to answer your credentials. Once you go on the court, and you
tell them to shut up.
Exactly, that's what we did. That's what he did. We'll come back to Steph Curry in a bit. Now let's just run through
the results of the
results of the games played in the NBA last night and this morning. Starting off with the Celtics and the Pistons, was Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown combining to lead Boston past the Detroit Pistons 122 to 120. That game went down to the wire, and it was Boston that prevailed at the end of it all. The Wizards, Cecilia, you guys back-to-back wins for Washington, 123 to 122 over the Brooklyn Nets. Bradley Beal, 27 points, 10 rebounds.
You can say it again, Brooklyn Nets. You can say that Brooklyn Nets again because KD was there. I mean, Kyrie was there. I mean, come on, Bradley Beal had to lead 27 points and 10 rebounds on the night.
Fantastic win for Washington.
Of course.
Russell wasn't bad as well.
No, he wasn't at all. But he didn't get triple-double. But he didn't get his triple-double. I think he can triple-double, exactly, and get the wins. That's what is important. KD 28 points on the night, 11. I mean, not good.
All right,
11 rebounds.
The Lakers, good win for them, 108 to 94.
Third in a row now.
Over the Memphis Grizzlies. The Lakers starting to find a bit of rhythm and momentum. Denver Nuggets 124 to 109 over the Timberwolves. Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic were the star of the show, of course. Where to start the show. Utah Jazz 130 to 109 over the Spurs. That's the San Antonio Spurs.
Not good.
Lost against the Chicago Bulls 108 to 118. Zach LaVine 39 points on the night. Of course, the Mavs were playing without Luka Doncic, and whenever he doesn't play,
it's hard.
The chances of winning are very
slim,
limited. All right, the Clippers 112 to 107 over the Phoenix Suns. Are the matchup between two of the top sides in the Western Conference right now. As a matter of fact, the top 2 sides in the Western Conference, and it was the Clippers prevailing in that game thanks to Paul George's big night. Last but not the least is the Blazers losing to the Warriors. That's the game Steph Curry made his career night. Exploded literally for 62 points, and that's where we're gonna tip it off from. Cecilia, Steph Curry shutting up his critics. I don't know why he's even got critics, because this guy is one of the most humble superstars out there.
I've ever seen. I mean, his level of humility. I mean, his humility personified. I think that's how you can actually describe him. That's how good he is.
But to this game, though, Cecilia, right from the very first quarter, it was simply on fire.
He was
just
unplayable,
too hot to handle, making all kinds of shots, step backs, pull-ups, going to the basket as well, to mid-ranges. went to the line a lot as
18
well.
of 31 from the field, 8 of 16 from 3-point range.
Yeah, because they just could not stop him. And they had to foul him, and that's why he went to the line a lot in that game, and definitely took advantage of his opportunities. 31 shots on the night. Unfortunately, if the Warriors are going to have to win games this year without Clay, Steph Curry is going to have to come up with nights like this.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Almost on a
daily basis, and it's going to be difficult for him to do that.
It's going to be very, very difficult. So at some point, the other guys will have to step up to our ball. Yesterday, didn't need any help at all. Steph Curry, simply sensational.
It was ready.
And what more can we say? Of course, Draymond Green came back in that game as well. So perhaps that gave the Warriors
an extra edge, an extra edge there, especially when you're playing against a team that had Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, both of them combining for 60 points for the Blazers. So that's why you needed Steph Curry to really had some big numbers.
So two superstars
had 60, and one superstar has 62.
One superstar.
So that's the class right there.
Yeah, I mean,
now you understand why the water was poured on his head.
Yeah, that's cooling down. Just in case the Chase Center catches fire. So gotta relax, man. Anyways, let's take reactions from all the guys on the receiving end. Just as a matter of fact, just one guy. Damian Lillard of the Portland Trail Blazers speaking of Steph Curry's performance after that game.
Welcome back. You can talk to us on our Twitter handle about the games that went down at the weekend. And of course, Nigeria Professional Football League will also get our attention. What happened at the weekend and all the games that were played. From Saturday, only one game was played because Rivers United wanted their game to be played earlier so that they can prepare for Blue Fountain in the CAF Confederations Cup that will be taking place on Wednesday. And of course, for anybody, their game moved to 20th of this month. That's why they didn't play at the weekend. But all other teams, the Northern Derby, we're talking about Katsina and Kaduna and Kano Pillars as well. It was all about Kano Pillars. Was just easy peasy win. I mean, not so hard. It wasn't like the game we expected. We wanted the explosion and all that. But it's comfortable, convenient, and comfortable win. So tell us about NPFL and how are you watching it? Are you watching it on NTA or maybe on your NPFL TV? Why are you watching it? I guess NPFL.tv. That's where everyone is watching because it's crisp and clear. So we have Nigerian Professional Football League on TV. And of course, you get to see it every weekend. How exciting is that? So talk to us about that. And for Chelsea, Lampard says he's not afraid of his job at all. He's not concerned about it. That's why we're the blizzing that he received against Man City. So Chelsea fans, talk to us this morning. Let's rest the Arsenal fans for a while. And of course, this morning we want to talk to Chelsea fans. Talk to us about what you think about your team after so much money spent, having all the young, talented players across Europe. And yet, well, what's your position right now? Yeah, you guys can talk to us on Twitter what you think about that game of the weekend. Okay, Shola Rogers is right here in the studio. Shola, good morning. Happy New Year. It's good to have you.
Bro.
It's already like the old year, so...
All right, today's 4th, right?
It's already.
Come on. The whole of January is new.
Happy New Year for the next 1 week.
Yeah.
I'm done.
We're still playing Christmas Carol, remember?
You are?
Yeah, I was playing it.
but for real, though, it's good to be here again. So I guess we can say Happy New Year.
Yeah, thank you. Right, it's really happy.
Before we go to the NPFL quickly, a quick one on Taiwan winning. I was saying before you came on that it's got to end this never-ending loan spells this summer.
Well, it might not be his call. We don't know the kind of contract that he signed with Liverpool. A case in point is was it Omero or so?
Yeah, Kenneth Omero.
Who
for like forever.
Never played for Chelsea.
How many years?
But was on their books for like 1 million years or so. You know? You see, I think it's like a drawback for him too, because still hoping that maybe I'll get a look in. But if you look at the way Liverpool is structured, this might sound damning, but he might never get a look in. You know, if for instance during the preseason they bring him in and he plays a few games, so you'd be like, okay, he's on the radar of the coach. Yeah. He doesn't seem to be on the radar of Jurgen Klopp. You know, so for me, I said it here before. I'm going to say it again.
As a work permit issue, maybe the Super Eagles, maybe Nigeria can also help him by giving him.
Not there to help anymore.
Well, you see,
now that he's playing regularly.
That's what I'm saying. That's the help I'm talking about.
That work permit rule. Okay. There are ways where you can claim that this person is an exceptional talent and all of that, and they will allow him.
Well,
and this guy has been playing in the EU for a while. So that might not be the real reason, because if he's a player that they feel fits into the Liverpool system, they'll break down doors and barriers to get him into England. So how is he able to play in Germany and he can play in England? And we're talking work permit.
Anyways.
But I think that's just because it's not in their plans. That's not the main issue. Work permit cannot keep. Look, if you have a player that you feel you want and he's already on your books, you've signed him for so many years, it won't be difficult to get him in. But I think that he's not on their books for them to use. Maybe they just bought him, like they always buy. A lot of clubs do it. You know, they look at prospects, they buy them, try to nurture them, and if it doesn't work, they sell them off. They would have made some profit anyway. So I think it's time for them to cut ties.
Maybe he's just one of those players.
He is definitely one of those players. It's time for him to cut ties with Liverpool and move on with his life, because he's doing very well where he is now.
Absolutely.
Totally agree with you. I want him to have a home. That's just it.
All right.
You know that this season, this is where you're playing. You're not thinking of moving after just one season or maybe 6 months.
You've got a young family as well.
Yeah.
You need to be stable.
He's got a baby now.
Right.
Okay.
All the best to Taiwo Awoniyi. Let's move on to the NPFL. Let's give you the results of the games played yesterday. And like we said at the start of the show, it was 2 away wins, on match day 2. Rivers United, first of all, started the party that was on Friday with a 1-0 win over Abia Warriors. Kano Pillars, 2-0 over Katsina United. Rabi Ali was on target again. How old is that guy?
Okay, don't ask me.
Yeah, anyways. Heartland, that surprise result of match day 2, losing to Nasarawa United. Rangers, 1-0 over Aqua United. No good start for Aqua on the back of their 1-0 draw against Dakada.
1-0 goalless. Did you see a goal in that game?
Yeah, it says on the back
of goalless.
Yeah.
Goalless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
what's the point? It's just a point. That's all that matters.
They did not score a goal, so I'm trying to tell you that they are yet to score a goal.
All right, fair enough. They
after 2 games.
So you have to make sure everyone
understand
get that. Okay. It's just 2 games though. So
I know.
Sunshine Stars 1-0 over FC Fianyu. But another one, a lot of 1-0 victories, 1-0 wins for Lombi, Wolves, and Rivers United.
Rivers United, a big one, away from home. After getting that victory, and then they went away from home getting that, and Blue Fountain is just waiting. How good is Rivers United? Okay, it's just 2 games, I get that.
Yeah, but 2 1-0 wins, unfortunately, on Monowari as well.
It's still the same guy. He's got 2 goals now in their 2 games.
Yeah.
You know, Rivers United, one of the longest serving managers in the Nigerian Premier League. That might mean a little bit of stability. Might mean a little bit of stability. You get, but I'm always excited when I see these kind of results. But we should have moved past celebrating away victories now. It should be the norm. But we actually need to celebrate away victories because of the way
they play. You play Wednesday and the next thing you're playing on those are what if we start playing like every weekend, we don't get to play midweek games, fine. But because you have to play on Wednesday,
I don't think that's the issue.
No, I think that's for me. Because you have to travel. The traveling and what they have to put in place. Logistics and all
I'm talking officiating.
Okay,
I'm talking officiating.
Okay, all right.
And we all know this. The officials know it. The players know it. That going on the road to get 3 points in Nigeria is huge. It's like a cup final for you if you pull it off. So I'm saying that now that the league is back, now that things are looking good for the league, we should move past celebrating it to it being the norm. That when people lose on the road, there shouldn't be any repercussions. It shouldn't be a big deal. You should just move on and say, okay, we have another midweek game. Let's just get to that one and all of that. So kudos to Rivers United. It's a big result. 1-0 on the road in Nigerian Premier League is a big deal. But I'm looking forward to the day when we don't have to celebrate those things. They'll say, well, it was a good game.
Your point is well made. It should be normal. Well, if you play good enough, get your 3 points or 1 point, and
you shouldn't be worried about
officiating and all that. I get your point there.
If
you're looking by the officials.
Quick one on Plateau United. Plateau United, what a season they're having. Cecilia, I don't know, is it too early to start getting worried about Plateau? There's a lot of coming out of that camp. You remember what happened after the first loss of the season against Kwara United, where management came out to say players might be losing some of their salaries. And there's been talks of players absconding and not coming to training. And we can see it in the result. We saw it on the continent. And it just pretty much carried on the malice into the Premier League.
Well, it speaks to what we've always talked about. Like, if we are serious about putting together a professional league, only teams that meet the basic criteria should be turning out for the league. Then if you don't win, it will be based on the quality of your game, not on your off-field issues. It's not a nice look on their brand when they are at the start of the season. They're already going through all this crisis and all of that, you know. And if they saw it as a business, if they saw it as an investment, of course, this won't be happening. You had about 6 to 8 months to put your house in order. The league was suspended, then cancelled, and all through that time, you guys couldn't sort out your issues until when the league started again. You know, it's not fair on the players. It's not fair on the owners of the team too. So, which takes us back to how we need to
run the club.
Take a closer look at ourselves and say, are we really serious about having a professional league, not semi-professional?
Don't you think?
And if we are, there will be basic criteria for you to meet, even if it means, like they do in banking, you need to maybe deposit a certain amount of money before you can qualify for a certain level of banking. If we bring that into sports, it might not be a bad idea to say, what kind of stadiums do you have? What kind of facilities do you have in place? Are you going to pay these people their salaries over this period?
But Plateau United problem is not really about money or anything. Plateau United's problem is there is something in that club that most of us really don't understand, because when you ask questions, I mean, the very first time they tweeted and said the press release, the players were placed on half salary, you see one of their goalkeepers coming out to defend the general manager and say that, look, he was misquoted and all that out of context, trying to do damage control. Then you ask yourself, okay, where did that press release come from? Then another thing is you hear that, okay, some players are even want to leave the club.
I mean,
you know, so I think it's a management problem. So the general manager needs to sit down, and the coach needs to sit down and call the players.
All you've just done now,
what's happening. So it's a
all you have just done now is to confirm what I was saying. If you're running a professional outfit, no press release will come out that is not approved. No player will have to do damage control per se. I was not talking about the financials alone. I'm talking about if you have a professional outfit,
with the club itself.
If you have a proper structure in place. The people that we always want to learn from, hardly would you ever hear these kind of things happen. I'm not saying they don't have their own issues.
Of course.
You know, so we need to take it as business. You know, people's lives depend on this thing. They feed their families from it. People want to invest in the league. You know, I've gotten some positive news coming out of Nigerian football from people outside Nigeria, like they're looking at. So it won't be a bad idea if we actually take it serious and make sure that it's only the clubs that are serious, that are not going to embarrass the nation and embarrass the brand and the Nigerian football community as a whole, that we actually put out there.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
All right, anyways, so Plateau United will be up
against
Wiki Tourists today, and is away from home. We'll see since they can't win at home, if they can, you know, get a victory away from home. Maybe when they win this, I mean, we'll start talking about positive things about Plateau United, because Abdul Makaba, you know, last season they were good. They were just one of the best teams and all that. We tried to compare them with teams like Rangers, Enyimba and all.
It didn't take me 3 weeks last season to say I saw them winning the league or being in the top three.
But this season and all that, so with the troubles of players not wanting to train and the whole stuff going on in the camp and all that, I think the general manager questions need to be asked of him, and of course the coach also. What's happening at Plateau United, because that's a club that, you know, everyone just want them to succeed.
Yeah, so, well, anyways, let's move on to let's go to what happened yesterday in the Premier League. City taking on Chelsea. Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea fans, the bridge is crumbling right in front of your faces. I don't know what we're going to do about it. Anyways, there was a blitz in the first half from City. De Bruyne on targets, and all these guys just ran riots. And Chelsea didn't know what hit them. And the game was pretty much dusted in the first half. Second half, City took their feet off the pedal and off the gas, and they just saw the game. And for Chelsea, it's not a good look at all. Their poor form continues after what happened just in December.
Well, for me, I would like to plead a little bit of patience and caution, actually. People should chill. The way everybody's going on, you would think it was a 6-0 or 8-0 defeat. It's 3-1. It's football.
It could have been
City were better on the day. That's a fact.
When was the last time they had a good result? That's what the problem is. It's not just about this game. Yeah, it's not one-off. Because of,
I thought you said we were talking about the game that happened yesterday.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying the reason why the noise is all about Chelsea. I was
trying to establish something first. Let's talk about the game that happened yesterday. It even looked like a weakened City team. When you look at some players, I'm like, okay, but it shows you the strength and the quality of that team. Yeah, and
still over 300 million pounds on the pitch.
Yeah, and you know, you would have wanted a good result if you were a Chelsea fan or a lover of good football. You would have wanted it to be what would have been a competitive game of sorts. It was one-sided, largely one-sided. Chelsea were in 6s and 7s. They were all over the place. You just couldn't even determine which team was at home, who was a home team and who was the away team. You know, but having said that, I think Lampard still needs time. Sadly, at Chelsea, they don't have the culture of giving managers time.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of talk about him getting the boot any moment from now. I pray they don't do that. I pray that they give him time. Because in the first season, he didn't have money to buy players because of the ban. Not like they didn't have money, but they were not allowed to buy players for an entire season. And he still did well, you know. He was able to promote a couple of players, you know, from the youth team and all of that. Now that he's been able to buy players, he needs time to gel. Okay. So I was tipping them to be in the top 4 at the end of the season. If not winning the league, at least they should be in the top 4. And I will still hold on to that if it is giving time, you know, to.
You think he can actually turn this
I think so. Around? I think Lampard can turn it around.
Yeah, I agree.
He has the manpower. What he needs now, like they've been claiming that they support him, but you see, in football, we know it's double speak. When management comes out to say, "Oh, we support our manager," you start to think like, guess what? They're probably shopping for a replacement or something. But I hope they'll give him some time to turn it around. He has the personnel to do it. He has the right kind of players to do it.
All right, let's get the post-match reaction now coming from both managers. Of course, Pep Guardiola is the delighted manager this morning. For Frank Lampard, he's just, let's say, he knows he's under pressure. Frank Lampard admitting that there's a lot of pressure when you manage a big club like Chelsea and the results are not coming. No wins in the last 6 games, 4 losses, 1 draw and a loss. Not good enough for Chelsea side that started the season wanting to compete for the EPL title.
And of course, some people are even tipping them to win the Champions League.
Who's that? Which people?
Yeah, I know them. Do you want us to go to the newsroom and just answer questions right now?
Let's leave the newsroom out of this. Let's go to France.
Yes.
Quickly.
I mean, Pochettino. Pochettino. Yeah, it's back. It's always for 2. I mean, immediately he left Tottenham. The question was PSG or Man United, and with only having results and then going down and all, so you really can't predict the result is going to get next. So now Pochettino has found a home in France, in Paris.
There you go, that's the man. Big Poch.
He had spent 2 seasons there as a player, and he had 2 good seasons. As in, he actually did very well when he played in France.
He was the captain as well at the time.
The fans loved him as a player. Hopefully, that will translate to a good career as a manager. Yeah. When they let Tuchel go, everybody knew Poch was the next man, you know, and they had even more or less gotten him in before they sacked the German coach. And now the thing is, will he be able to communicate, get through to the players? Because he has quality in that team. If they decide to play for him and play with him, yes, they can get back to the top of the summit. You know, they're presently in the 3rd position in France, but it's just 1 point. It's just 1 point, you know, and all, you know. But we know how tight things can get in those kind of leagues. I want him to succeed here because everybody seems to like this fairy tale story of former player becoming manager. You know, someone had put out an image yesterday. I saw it. It was interesting. You know, about 8 or so European teams who have brought back their players as managers, and Poch is now one of them.
All right, pictures are coming from PSG's first training session under Pochettino, and he's talked about wanting to win with style. So not winning alone is not just good enough. That's what he's saying. He's got to do it with style. We'll see about that. We need to go on a break now. We'll come back. We'll be getting the first words of Mauricio Pochettino as a coach of PSG. Mauricio Pochettino speaking as the new manager of PSG, and says he wants to win with style. Of course, he's got the personnel: Neymar, Mbappe, Herrera, Kipembe, Di Maria. Yeah, it's a star-studded squad, and a lot of people feel This is a different challenge totally from when it was at Tottenham, because at Tottenham they weren't expected to win the league.
It had two superstars, Harry Kane and Son.
And they weren't expected to win the league.
Dele too.
The expectations now at PSG is to win.
Under him, Dele was not a flop.
Yeah, but towards the end of his tenure,
towards the end of his tenure, he was the one that started. Before he was fired. I mean, Dele
was already gone. Yeah,
was already gone down before he left.
Under him, Dele had the best of his career.
He should resurrect it again.
Anyways, yeah, let's
get some
look at the
right?
tweets before we look at the papers.
Okay. Okay, Chelsea fans. Joseph Ikwoma says Lampard has decision issues as regards featuring players and the priority he places on matches.
I want to believe he's talking about Olivier Giroud.
Of course, please should know that.
Yeah.
Okay, Bosun says every team goes through a blip once in a while.
Yeah.
It's Chelsea's turn. It's more of a confidence thing since the loss to Arsenal. I'm sure they will bounce back.
It's called it a blip, but the last 6 games, 4 losses, 1 win, 1 draw.
So can we call it a blipper or something?
Maybe more like definitely more than a blip. Or blipper.
But I agree with him.
Yeah,
so it's a blipper.
Because that was what he said at the beginning. That look, Lampard lets him turn the results around.
He will turn it around.
All right, Dr. Kenneth. We got your message as well too. A bit of wordplay. The lamp in Lampard seems to have dimmed. So the old bridge is pitch black, even against the City team with Kevin De Bruyne playing false 9.
Yeah.
We're finally happy, Cecilia, okay? Arsenal back playing elite football, and I couldn't be happier. Happy New Year to you as well.
Yeah, I'm wondering why those of us that are stuck with Arteta are not even getting a pat on the back. It's like,
you, right?
We said it. When I stepped out, I was accosted. I was like, what do you mean? I said, just be patient.
Relax.
Just be patient. It's football, there will be ups and downs.
Absolutely.
All right. Damilala says, what an eventful weekend in the world of sports. Right now, with a fully fit Ziyech back in the squad, I think they still have a chance to contend for the title. Let's trust the process. Okay, and be there. Lampard is a genius. I think he has got this another 250 million pounds plus is not a bad idea. Okay.
All right.
Okay, wow. I mean, is he going to spend another money? Is that what he's trying to say?
Come on, he's just trying to mess with Lampard there. Yeah, give him more
What's
money.
What's the next tweet?
Nathaniel Mobolade, you're pretty much agreeing with Cecilia. Cecilia got the issue with Plateau United. It's not about money, about man management and selection process of the coach.
I never said it was about money. Never said it was about money.
Yeah.
I never said it was about money.
All right, fair enough. There's already division in the team, which, if it's not tackled urgently, we'll see the club go down. The GM knows it's not a player. This sounded like someone that knows Plateau and follows Plateau United very well. Valentino, your message is quite cheeky. What a time to play Chelsea. Score 1 and get 2 free. That's funny, right?
That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair.
All right, then. I can feel their pain. A few months ago, it was Arsenal losing. Now it's Chelsea's time. What a crazy world. I wish we will play them against next week.
Like there's out there on the streets now. This life no balance.
It's not balanced.
It's Chelsea's turn.
Adedejo Olarinwaju says, honestly, I can't really understand what's happening to my darling Chelsea. The midfield was in total disarray yesterday. We lack creativity in midfield. Played against a depleted City side and still lose that way. I know we are coming back stronger, but all the same, well, it's good to be back. Okay.
Lastly, Ogufowora Bosun, you're pretty much just giving a lot of credit to the Arsenal youngsters. You mentioned names like Saka, Martinelli, Emil Smith Rowe. Of course, a bit of credit to what do you call the situation of Alexander Lacazette? Is he rejuvenated?
Yeah,
rejuvenated. That's what it is.
Because it's new fan form. I mean,
he didn't lose the form at some point.
He did lose the form, so he's back now.
He's kind of back.
He's back, really, because he's scoring
3
every
goals
week.
in the last 2 games.
Yeah, and he scored 2 on Saturday. He scored a brace.
But this is where I like to sound a note of caution.
Okay, to Arsenal fans.
Let's allow Arsenal get back into full swing before you go to town with this again, and we know what usually happens.
Don't get carried away.
Don't get carried away. Just let the team continue to put the points on the board.
Stay humble.
All right, let's go to the papers now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start with Sporting Sun, and the big splash on Sporting Sun is all about Victor Osimhen, the party. Yeah, he's regretting it right now. Okay, Sporting Sun, you have it. I regret partying in Lagos. Begs Napoli Gattuso for leniency. Nigerian star to be sidelined for more weeks. I mean, if he gets back to Italy right now, he's going to be quarantined for 14 days and disciplinary shows and all that.
Let's just put it down to youthful exuberance. We know that a lot of young people will get up to doing this kind of things. His coach actually made reference to when he was a player too, and whenever he went wrong, was it Lippi or someone that will come down hard on him? So he's definitely also going to come down hard on Osimhen, but it's not because he doesn't like him, it's because he wants to set him straight.
Of course.
It was an avoidable situation, you know, but youthful exuberance.
Next time you want to do something like that, just contact me. I mean, I can give you some few tips on how to do it.
No, I shouldn't even do anything like
that.
Okay,
but
there shouldn't be a next time. There really shouldn't be a next time. You know, because he breached all the COVID-19 protocols. Every single one that was set in place. We're talking about social distancing, no mass gatherings, you know, wearing a mask in a crowded place and all of that.
Isolate yourself.
And again, when you come into the country newly, you're supposed to stay away for at least 2 weeks before you even start to mingle and all of that, if you mingle at all. For all of this,
it broke everything. Everything.
So,
okay.
I hope he has learnt his lesson.
Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, that's why he says he regrets partying in Lagos. Indeed, he reaches a 150-game milestone.
Yeah.
3 years
amazing
after
guy, that one. Amazing guy. And it shows you that when you have Ndidi in your team, either you're Leicester or the Green Eagles or Super Eagles, as they are called, you would have a good player. So, shout out to Ndidi.
Shout out to Ndidi, one of the best DMs in world football. Let's go to Complete Sports now. A story, of course, about Victor Osimhen as well, apologizing and very, very sorry. And Gattuso, his manager at Napoli, says he will pay for his mistake. Let's leave the bad news, negative news, and talk about Eberechi Eze.
Yeah.
Won the goal, my best Palace moment.
I pray he has more so that he would even forget this one. Let it not be his best moment. It's his best moment so far. It was beautiful. It was can't go that you'd be like, you know.
Kept going, like you kept going.
It was good. I've seen that go over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, it made it look so easy as well.
Was it?
Anyways,
that's what.
Eagles Euro roundup. Mar Sadiq hits second career hat-trick. That was for Almeria in the second division in Spain. Onyekuru inches closer to Gala return. Why don't I just go and play for Gala?
Why don't you just stay there? Because he seems to like the club, and even the fans too.
He plays his best football there.
They love him. They love him there. He's always had a good time whenever he had played there. So. Maybe you should just make it happen.
Yeah, make it happen.
Because Onyekuru is a good player.
Permanent transfer to
Galatasaray.
Turkey. Yeah.
Okay. The Sporting Life is the last one this morning, and Sporting Life, Alcantara not 100% fit. That's coming from Jurgen Klopp ahead of the game against Southampton tonight. And Akpoguma is out for 8 weeks. That's injured.
A 60% Alcantara is good enough for me.
Oh, okay.
That guy is amazing.
Yeah, one of the best midfielders in the world. Many thanks for joining us on the show. Appreciate
Thanks for having me, guys. It's always a pleasure to be here.
All right, thank you for watching as well. I am Taya Salam. Enjoy the rest of your day.
I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Thank you for watching.